Hello, gentle friends. Hey, Taco Gaming. We're gonna do ourselves some Magic the Gathering. Not drafting, but we're gonna do a arena run with a deck that was drafted. Yes, Big Gorilla, I couldn't get my green screen to behave. So, why we just sneak out of the way a little bit there. Just make me all kinds of tiny. Marvellous. Okay. So, any of you guys who are watching who don't understand how Magic works, let me know and I'll do a lot more to explain what's going on. But let's go through this deck that Piers was able to put together. So we have a black and a blue deck. You see these things are black, these things are blue. Black and blue. So what does our deck do? Well, that's an excellent question. Let me just make sure everything's in place. Yeah. Okay. And hopefully my level's alright. So we start off with our Vampire Neonate. Look at that cheerful little chappy. He just wants to, you know, suck people dry. He hangs around, being a bit of a defender. He's got that big old bottom or arse. But I can't remember what the magic term is for big defenses. But he's got a decent amount of defense, and he's also got an effect. If we've got any mana spare, he can just go and steal away some life. So that's kind of cool. A big thing for our deck is we've got this Departed Deckhand, which is basically an unblockable 2-2, which is extremely strong. There is a condition under which it just dies if it gets targeted, but hopefully we don't do that. When I played with Piers before, the guy who drafted this deck, we targeted this Deckhand like multiple times in one arena run and killed it ourselves. So fortunately I don't have anything to do that. Thanks, Taco. It was a lot shorter than I expected it to be, my haircut. We have 3 of this Doom Descenter. This guy's great. So when he's a 1-1, which doesn't seem that great, but when he dies, he poops out a 2-2. If only that 2-2 turned into 3-3, but hey. We also have Essence Scatter, which lets us kill one of their creatures, which is pretty good, because draft is all about big creatures. We have the Macabre Waltz, which lets us get back our creatures, and then chuck something else into the graveyard. That's all fun. We've got the Wind Mage, which is a flappy birdman that flies in the sky and punches things. We've got Aviation Pioneer, who's a lady who poops out a flying thing. We have Dwindle, which lets us effectively kill something. Psychic Corrosion, this is pretty cool. So this is a card that if we play it out and then stall the game out, our opponent just basically just loses, eventually. We have Uncomfortable Chill, which has a very weird picture, but this lets us kind of survive an extra turn. We have Cancel, which lets us kill anything as long as we've got the mana spare. We have Gravedigger, lets us get back our cheap creatures. Skeleton Archer, who's our little happy bro who pings out things for 1 damage, which is pretty handy. Most people don't see that coming. We've got a couple of draw cards, some of which we use by sacrificing some of our crappy creatures, which we can get back again. We have Strangling Spores, which just kills something. Salvager of Secrets, which gets us back all of our stuff from here. Lich's Caress, another thing that Salvager of Secrets likes to get, just kill something. And then we've got our big creatures. So Meteor Golem, again, just kill something. So the Gravedigger and the Macabre Bolts can get that back again. And then we have Psychic Symbiont. If somehow we haven't won by the late game, this guy comes down and goes and steals one of their cards. Well, makes them toss a card and makes us draw a card. And it's a 3/3 flyer. If it gets all of that effect off, it's super, super good. So we're basically trying to gum up the board with our little guys to start with, then sit on our counter spells, hopefully counter all of their good stuff, and later on just play Meteor Golem again and again and again until all of their stuff is gone, they hate life, and they quit Magic. It's gonna be magnificent. Right, let's get going! Oh, I don't know why someone's so enthusiastic. Wait, fake microphone. Yes. Now it looks like I'm talking on this one and not on this one. Right, Goblin Guide will be our first opponent. Let's see. So our first hand is a little blah. We're not going to play this anytime soon. We're not going to play this anytime soon. The only cards we really get to play are the Neonate. Ooh, I think we're going to mulligan it. Oh, that's a little bit better. Little bit. So if we draw a black mana, then we can play most of our stuff. I think we're okay with this. Hopefully our opponent is also mulliganing. Yes, they did. So, alright, so we've got a turn 2 play. If we draw a black land, we've got a turn 3 play. And then we can just... Okay, it's fine. We don't really have a long-term plan here, but we definitely don't want that one. So let's toss that to the bottom. That's one of those cards, if you draw it early on, you just lose. So, okay, so we basically have one creature, which is this one. And we hope that nothing happens to it because we can't play our other 2 cheap cards. Hoorah! Have that! I bet they're scared now that they've seen that we've got a mountain. So we'll be playing out this departed deck hand, which will just keep swinging for 2 each turn. Oh, sweet! So we'll get out our deck hand early because this... So, as I said, this one, this lady, can't be blocked except by spirits. They're not going to have spirits ever. So this is great removal bait. It does also mean that we can then use our Macabre Waltz to get back again. So, okay, that's all fine. We've got a perfect answer to that 2-1. So first of all, we're going to go in with this. So you're not a spirit, so you can't block. Shazam! Doomed Dissenter. This is the perfect answer because this creature's only got 1 health. This one's got 1 attack, so when they clash, I end up with a pooped out zombie, and they end up with nothing. Apart from a couple of extra life. Alright, what they got next? Ooh, a Harpy. Okay, I can dig it. So, are they going to attack with a Child of Night? I'm just a little bit tempted to go after them. So we could use our Strangling Spores to just kill their creature. Heck, why not? Why not, I say. Suck it down, Goblin Guide. You've no longer got a flappy bird. We could swing in for... I don't want to start swinging in with the Doomed Dissenter because if the Child of Night hits us, they get back 2 life, which means it's a bit of a waste of time for the Doomed Dissenter to be doing that. So, we really want something to... If we get 1 more mana, we can play our Salvager of Secrets. So, okay, they've done nothing this turn, so that's okay. They've got a lot more cards, though. We have got this exact same card in our deck, so it's a little annoying for them to refresh their hand, but I guess we can live with it. Alright. So, let's go in with our Doomed deck hand again. So we've kind of got them on this clock. They're eventually going to lose. And we can play out our flying 2/2. This is one that gets bigger when we cast other stuff. So that's pretty good. This helps reduce the amount of time Goblin Guide can stay alive in this game quite dramatically. So we're hoping to play the Salvager of Secrets, which gets us back one of our instants of sorceries, which in this case is going to be Strangling Spores, because that's why we played it earlier when we maybe didn't need to, because we were going to get it back anyway. Alright, anticipate, they're just looking for more cards. They're not doing anything, so that's probably okay for us. So they've used up half their mana already just looking for cards. I'm hoping there's not a very specific card they're looking for. Okay, that doesn't really do anything, but that lets them look for more cards. So if I'm going to read this, I'm going to say that they've got a deck that's got 1 very specifically good card in it. And they're looking desperately for it because they've spent like 1.5 whole turns just trying to draw or sift through their cards. So whatever it is, it's probably a little bit scary. Hopefully they won't find it, and then we'll win. Right, so smack them in the air, smack them like you don't care. Inch, inch. Sorry, your stuff cannot block. Suck it down. And now we've got another Doomed Dissenter. So they could start swinging at us with the Omen Speaker. I don't think that's terribly likely, but I think they probably want to just keep stuff back to block our Doomed Dissenters if they needed to. The Child of Night having lifelink, I think, is going to come into play sooner rather than later. Like, they're going to probably swing in just to get the 2 life back. But the fact that we then end up with a better creature than we started with, ooh, that's a bit annoying. So chances are we're not going to be able to get our Aven Wind Mage past this Snapping Drake. Okay. Well, that stuff kind of sucks. So we're drafting Core 19, which is the most boring set imaginable. Oh, wait. So what we can do is we get back our Strangling Spores, and then we murder them with it. Wait. So we'll hold off on attacking with Aven Wind Mage for this turn. We'll just attack with our Unblockable. And then, yeah, next turn we can just use the Strangling Spores on their Snapping Drake. And then we can keep hitting them in the air and really reduce them down to being forced to attack with their lifelink guys just to stay alive. You reckon... Oh, Piers is here to backseat drive me. Oh, should have traded the Drake and then recurred it. I think that's fair. Like, I want to... The thing is, because everything we've got on our hand is pretty worthwhile, and I really wanted to get up to that 5 mana as well, I'm definitely much more willing to trade the Drake now. Because, yeah, we can get it back, and there's a good chance we'll just have some land. So, let's give it a try. Doink! Yeah, because we need to chuck some... We've only got 1 creature in our graveyard, which is... Okay, that's the thing they were searching for this whole time. So, alright. Bish bosh. You're gone, mate. Doink, doink. Oh, removal. Removal! Is there anything you can't do? Alright, so we're getting into the Child of Night going to attack us kind of part of the game, because Goblin Guide is running out of life. They found their big creature, it died immediately. So that was a pretty good one. Oh, there we go. There's our departed deckhand. So successfully, we've got 2 things in the graveyard. If his flyer was attacking, he could have erased it instead. That's true. I could have just let him hit me. In fact, to be fair, I haven't made good use of my life so far. I've been hoarding it, even though I only really need 1 life at the end of the game. Instead, yeah, I should have just hit back in the air. But as it is, at least we get full value out of the Macabre Waltz. So we're probably looking to draw a land or something fairly irrelevant next turn. This is very cheap. So we can play out probably, you know, at least one of those things. Oh man, they got their stuff back. So they got back their big old fish face, and they had to toss. Okay, so they've kept the big one. Man, I kind of want to run the Salvager of Secrets in just so we can get it back, but that might be a little bit excessive. Right. Oh man, we kind of want this though. Oh boy. Oh boy. Is this alright? No, it's fine. If you say stuff after I've done it, then I can't see any problem with that. Right, so we could Skeleton Arch here. I kind of want to get back that deckhand because it's so good. Okay, I'm going to do this. Ping. Attack with those ones. Well, Piers, yes, I definitely could have cast Skelly post-combat to kill the Omen Seeker. I think in this case, I was quite happy to take away the potential for them to steal a little bit of extra life. So, alright, so we're going to get the old fish face turning up. So this is the 4/6 that can't be blocked. So what we're probably going to end up doing is just chucking our Skeleton Archer at it and seeing if they're willing. Okay, so Psychic Corrosion. This is not. We're not winning by using this time. So, all right, let's get stuck in and see if our opponent gets confused and tries to block our Skeleton Archer with the Frilled Sea Serpent. I'm kind of hoping that even though they know what's in our hand, they might just forget it somehow and then be like, oh yeah, that's why I shouldn't have done that. Of course, they might have something in hand, but they've only got 1 black mana up. And I definitely didn't just check that when I have already attacked. But yes, the Skeleton Archer is pretty flexible in that regard. Okay, wasn't what I would have expected. Alright, I can live with that. So let's use the Macabre Waltz. So get back our... Just get back our Salvager of Secrets and our departed deckhand. Hurrah! And now we can just get our removal spell again. Fantastic. What's not to like? Okay, so Piers giving some advice about the deck he drafted, saying to keep in mind this deck doesn't really care about life totals other than you're in control of the board, which makes sense. We've got loads of removal spells. You could eventually kill them with from any life total with any random creature. You lose control of the board state and die to anything from any life total. I think that's fair enough. I think my instincts are to try and hold on to life as fiercely as possible, but you're right, it's not really going to get us anywhere. Okay, man, that was a lot of work to kill off poor old departed deckhand, jeez. So, yeah, that was a good late draft pickup for us at the departed deckhand. Alright, swing in, my wayward son. Oh man, we can salvage our secrets and get back our macabre waltz again. That is pretty ridiculous. Yes, Piers, you're right. I should be spending my life a little bit more liberally. Okay, so it's possible that... Let's see, so, alright. I think they've seen this coming, but I mean, I'm okay with it. Yeah. Yes, we've got the Gravedigger, which can get back stuff, and could get back the Salvager of Secrets, and the Salvager of Secrets can get back the Macabre Waltz. So we've got a very, very silly loopy loop. Okay, so we have, I think maybe, let's see, so we're still on 5 mana. Yeah, Taka, this is going pretty well. Pretty well indeed. So, I don't know how we really lose this one, because they're probably just going to throw out a bunch of random creatures, and we get basically infinite amounts of stuff. We could throw out our Aviation Pioneer just to give us... Yes, our Skeleton Archer has certainly done the business. Okay. Hey, Hero Gaming Salmon, how you doing? Right, I think we probably just wang in with our Skelly Man. And then we'll spend our turn getting back the Macabre Waltz. Because we have basically infinite amounts of stuff. Alright, that might have been a bad idea chucking down that land, but whatever. Yes, Hero Gaming Salmon. I had a rather too... I think I got a little confused as to what the numbers were, and ended up with a much fiercer haircut than I expected. Alright, so there we go. They're almost playing the same deck we are. Man, they've got the extremely over-the-top removal spell, which they can't even cast this turn. Okay. Ooh, that's a pretty useful spell for this occasion. Alright, so let's get back our... Actually... Trying to figure out if we really get anywhere by doing this. So, I kind of want to get back the Salvager of Secrets again. But I think they might not be quite that accommodating. Alright, well let's just throw all of our stuff at Goblin Guy's face and see what they decide to do. I imagine they're going to take the 2-2 on the 1-3 and the 1 on the Salvager of Secrets, but that will give us a 2-2. And so when we do it again the following turn, then they're going to start stripping off creatures from them. Oh, sweet! Okay. That's extremely obliging. Yeah, Piers, I think that's a perfectly valid thing to make the flyer, because that way we can punch through some unblockable damage. And then we've got this cancel spell for whatever they do. I'm honestly not overly worried if they use the kill anything spell on our bunch of incredibly rubbish creatures. That's our strategy here, is all of our creatures are so bad that they just don't want to use removal spells on them. And I think this is something we saw in the Mythic Invitational. Yes, I mean, they're going to cast a removal, for sure. They'll probably do it on a 1-1 flyer, because at this point, the 1-1 flyer represents them being dead in 3 turns, so it's just as dangerous as an 8-8 trample under these kind of circumstances. I mean, this is something we saw in the Mythic Invitational, is that I think when you're used to playing sort of regular Magic, it's quite easy to get confused by the idea that you want to use your removal on stuff that really sucks, or stuff that has already drawn a card as a result of it coming into play. Because it feels really bad. It feels like you're going down a card, when that could be the difference between winning or losing. Alright, we're going to cancel it. Because it will also give them a couple more turns to stay in the game. So now they've used up most of their mana. This is like the perfect game for this deck, I think. Like, maybe not perfectly played necessarily, but... Alright, so we can now get back our Salvager's Secrets. Oh, Taco, I appreciate that. Always could use a bit more... Alright, let's go back to Departed Deckhand, just because it's funny, really. And then we can toss our island. Get back out our Salvager's Secrets. Not Salvager's Secrets, Departed Deckhand. And then swing in for one of them in the air. So that two of that will get blocked, but we'll put them down to 1. Nice to see you too. Yeah, the 2/2 zombie just really didn't matter at all. And there we go! One down. 6 to go. GG's, weeby peas. Hey, we got some gold as well. Alright. Let's keep the good times rolling. So I guess the worst case scenario for us here is the opponent's deck actually does something. Let me get a little bit more on camera just so I can gesticulate a little bit more effectively. There we go. Maximize my gesticulating room. Okay, so that's okay. None of this rest of this stuff really does anything, but it's alright. I mean, if we draw blue, we're okay. The Vampire Neonate can use itself on turn 2. It's not brilliant, but I don't suspect our next hand will be that much better, so I think we'll go with it for now. I also just like the Vampire Neonate. Well, guess we're not the only ones. Fortunately, we brought 2. Right, so... I see. This is going to be life back and forth the game. Let's see. I kind of feel like maybe... Do we actually want to play our next Vampire Neonate? Because it's not going to actually do anything for a while, whereas this one will actually get its effect off. We don't have any real turn 3 play unless they have dwindled, so no, I think I'm going to hold off and not actually play anything. Because it's 2 mana for this effect. Yes, Piers is right. If given the kind of deck that we're running, if it's a durdle, spend forever doing nothing deck, oh, maybe it's not. Then we're in a good spot. Alright, so we're going to pass for attackers, so they're going to hit us for 1. We're going to block it. They're going to go up by 1. Piers, the reason why I'm kind of aware of this particular interaction is because I've done it before where I've had two of those guys out and I've just done nothing with it. So... we could kill the Pegasus. What do you mean, Piers? If we put Dwindle on it, that wouldn't really do anything because it's still going to make stuff fly. We could dwindle the Daybreak Chaplain, just so they're not gaining life every turn. That feels kind of dumb. I think I'm just going to play the Vampire Neonate, and then next turn we'll be able to start doubling up on the Vampire Neonates. Yeah, okay, yeah, Piers thought it was a different enchantment. But yeah, that's... So Hero Gaming Sam, you're going to make a unique account, really different like the others. What do you? I'm not quite sure what you mean. Ah, there we go. There's there's the reason why they're playing this deck. Okay. So the temptation here is kind of to actually dwindle the Daybreak Chaplain, but no, of course they've got infinite life gain, so that's not really a thing. Okay. So this guy's going to get pretty big. We can put the dwindle on them to keep them from being a problem for a while till we get our meteor golem up, which is probably, I think, sensible. Yeah, I think one way or another they're going to make the cat big. Alright, so we're going to go for the oodles of noodles. So they're probably going to start doing that back to us. Alright, for now I think we've got to put the dwindle on Meow Meow. So we're really just holding off. Yeah, so this dwindle will keep them from becoming too big to manage for a while. And then by that point we'll have the meteor golem again. So we're not going to attack because that doesn't really get us anywhere. So they're going to keep on hitting us in the air. The Meow Meow is going to keep getting bigger. But whatevs. It's going to probably start getting bigger a lot faster than we would like. So here again, you need to talk to the game to see if you can do. You can change your MC5 account whenever you like, can't you? Am I just making it up? I feel like I'm missing something here again, Simon. Okay, so let's get our deckhand out. Let's start swinging in for a bit of life damage. Hopefully we'll have some use for our gravedigger, but yeah, this is getting... So, okay, we just need to draw one more. Yeah, so okay, so this is how the game plays out. So Meteor Golem, once we get another land in, the Meteor Golem will kill one of them, and then they will run one of their other primate into it and kill it, and then we'll get it back with Gravedigger and kill the other one. That's kind of our broad plan. Oh no, they've got the same amount of neonates that we do. Hooray, we're now all going to be throwing 4 mana at each other every turn and not really getting anywhere. I still feel like we probably come out of this ahead eventually. Alright, this is going to be a bit problematic. Alright, yeah, the primates are getting big very quick. We haven't got very much time left to work with them, so... Oh, good. We've got a chump blocker! Yes! Yes! That's exactly what we needed. Oh, Piers, I'm not sure the game going on forever is really on my mind right now. It's more a case of the game ending quite soon if I don't get a land on the next drop, then we could end up in a bit of a dicey situation. Fortunately, we've got the 2 vampire neonates. We've got a lot more land than they do. And we can always, if need be, we can always just use our Gravedigger to get back our Doomed Dissenter. So, yeah, Ajani, the second Ajani's, or rather the first Ajani's primate is actually starting to get big enough now that it's going to cause problems. It won't kill us, which is something. Yeah, I think I'm going to start, next turn I'm going to keep back the deckhand and chump with it, because if we don't, we're just going to die. Feeling they're going to start putting the flying on the primate now, so okay, so we're going to have to bang out our guys to stay alive. Oh man. This one's gone a little bit interesting. I think we probably still die anyway, yeah. Yeah, we were just dead either way. Well, I would have stopped the 1-3 lifelink for attacking, but I wouldn't have stopped the Pegasus from attacking, so I would have still died anyway, Piers. Well, shucks. Wait, have I left the sound on this or not? Let me just check. No, I haven't. There we go. Alright, so that was a tough loss. Now we've got the sound on. This will be the thing that will motivate us to fight even harder. So yeah, I think that last deck was, it was almost like our deck, but it just had more of a payoff to what it was doing. How to do tag? I'm not sure. Hero Gaming, sorry, Taco Gaming. What you're referring to? So we have cards that don't do anything at all, so we probably need to mulligan. All right, we can live with that. That's pretty good. We've got black, white. We've got 2 creatures we can play. Sorted. Yeah, we probably want another land as well. Cool. Yeah, so we've got stuff we can do. Yeah, Hero Gaming and Taco, I'm not, like, I feel like there's something I'm missing with what you guys are talking about in terms of, like, something to do with MC5 account names. Because I thought you could just rename an MC5 account whenever you wanted to. But you might be talking about something other than what I'm thinking. Unless you're talking about, like, a Discord tag? I don't know. Alright. So let's get out our... Do we need Data Center at this point? We're not going to be doing anything with our mana for a while. Probably. So I think maybe we can afford to just hold off on that, because this can't get past them anyway. So I think we're going to hold off and just use our Vampire Neonate. Piers reckons it's better to develop the board while you can. Well, I can understand that, but I don't know if this really gets us too far. Okay, horsey friend. Thank you for coming by. Alright, let's get down our Doom Dissenter. So this horsey horse friend will become, if you pay it, it will become a 2/3. So that's not great for us as far as our ability to block goes. It does mean they have to keep pumping mana into it. I think if we get down another Doom Dissenter, then maybe we can... Oh, hello. Alright. Infinite draw technique. It does mean that their horsey can't do too much or anything, though. Ah, well, we can just kill it. I think that seems fine. And that also gives us something to respond to their 2/3 creature. Yes, so the horsey has the possibility of going for 1, though of course it's not going to do it when it's blocked by a 1/1. Alright, so we've now got a pretty... So they could pay to make this a 2/3 and then block with both of them. I'm kind of alright with that, actually, considering that we can get stuff back for free. So, and we've also got the Uncomfortable Chill if we want to mess with them, so let's give that a try. So, attack. And see if they want to try any shenanigans with us. If they do, then we'll Uncomfortable Chill and take away all of their attack and then kill them. Or I suppose they could just block with a 0/5. That works too. I think I got so carried away with being clever that I just forgot they didn't have to do anything. Alright, let's throw down a Doom Dissenter. I want Paragon, but on VIP 5. I'm afraid I'm not sure what you mean, Hero Gaming Sign. My knowledge of accounts, my MC5 account stuff is pretty limited. Okay, so they've put the 2/2 in the air. That's fine. So we can just drain them. Slurp, slurp. Alright, so they're going to be hitting us in the air. So we can't get our guys through because they've got a pretty good defensive line. So we're probably just going to be sitting. I think we might just want an Uncomfortable Chill. Throw down another Doom Dissenter. Outsmarting yourself still counts as outsmarting somebody. Thanks for that, Piers. Thanks a bunch. Alright, so I think well, we've got Uncomfortable Chill ready if need be, but I don't think it's going to be terrifically important. So we could, I mean, I'd love to have it, but I think I'd rather just have another card at this point. So we can just use it as a cantrip, just draw ourselves a card. If need be, but I think I might, considering that I'm not sure we'll actually get anything to do next turn, I think I'm probably just going to use the Neonate again, because Who doesn't love just getting life for nothing? Doink, doink. Oh, they've got a spell they could use. Alright. Okay, well this time round we can use the chill and the neonate, so... Yeah, gain 2, draw a card. You're right, Piers. Well, I mean, that's what I'm going to do this time. I just didn't want to use a card up for it if I had an alternative. So I guess this is kind of what our deck's supposed to do. Sucks being a reactive deck when your opponent floods out. I thought flooding out was considered to be getting too much mana. Ah, there we go. They've got a lot of fly, flap, flaps. I personally would have drained one there, but either was fine. Alright, let's get... I'm not too worried about this combat trick. Oh well, at least it gets us past that. Oh, when they get stuck on mana. Okay, isn't that called being... I don't know what the time is, but I don't think it's... Opponent flooding. Like, flooding generally means having a lot or something. Hooray! We've now got our ability to step up to the races. So we've got enough mana down on the board. We probably want to hold off because we want to have some land to be able to throw away from the Macabre Waltz later on. Fortunately, Enigma Drake doesn't actually have any power, so we're in a pretty good spot. We've got enough to cast both... Well, if we will have enough to cast both of our neonates. If we get 2 land, I might drop this extra one just to give us a bit more flexibility with playing cards but also using the neonates every time. Okay, more Flappy Birds. I'm really very grateful that the Enigma Drake doesn't actually have anything stacked up behind it. That's quite unusual, I think. So it gets 1 power for each instant or sorcery. For whatever reason, they don't have any instants or sorceries, so it just basically doesn't do anything. Sweet. Alright, there's a good reason for us to play more mana. So we've got 7 total. So yeah, that's just exactly the perfect amount. So we can counter whatever they've got that's good. And we can also slurp them for a couple of life. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We've got our Gravedigger to get something back if need be. Yes. So, let's see. Do they have something significant they want to play? If it's just more creatures, I mean, I can kind of live with that. I don't know when they're going to kill one of our things, if ever, for us to actually use the Gravedigger. But, let's see. So, if they're going to start hitting us in the air for 5... Oh, that's interesting. Well, this gives us a wonderful opportunity to block with all our stuff, then. Yes, I also think a spell of some kind is coming. Alright, well, let's kill their... let's kill their Surge Mare. Because even if they pump up to 4-1, whatever, we can get back some of this stuff. Alright, there's nothing else really worthwhile, so... Alright, Securas, it's time to see your clever, clever trick. What are you going to do? Something clever, no doubt, or maybe not. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Ah, there we go. Yeah, I thought that makes sense. Giving them first strike means that they'll be able to get past a lot of our stuff. So now there's not enough mana to be able to give that a significant amount of anything. So that's pretty good for us. So the Surge Mare is going to take out a couple of Doomed Dissenters. Oh, wait, what? They're not going to pump it? That's a surprising thing for them to do. Well, they just lost one of their best blockers, so this means we're going to get to whack them in the face. Time to slurp. This is exactly what I hoped would happen in all the decks where I've had Vampire Neonates. Alright, so we could get back something, but we don't actually have any creatures. Alright, so... I think we keep one back to allow us to trade off with the Omen Speaker. Don't know if that really makes sense, but whatevs. I just kind of want the Doom Dissenter to die so we can use our Gravedigger for something. Okay, so we have dramatically reduced their life total. They have got a lot in the air, but we're going to be able to hit them for 2 every turn. And then if they're swinging in with everything, then we're in a pretty good spot to be able to... Oh wow, yeah, that's a card that we specifically passed them because it's terrible. But I suppose it's good against 1/1s. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we've got... we can't see our cards or anything, can we now? So we have got big flyers potentially down the line. I'm kind of playing as if our deck doesn't have anything in it. Hey Muse, welcome to the stream. I enjoy the yin yang emotes as well. So what are they going to do at this point? Are they just going to go full bore for us, or are they going to just start sitting back and trying to defend themselves? Because if they go full bore, then we're going to start getting our Doom Dissenters popped into 2/2s. And then we're in a much better position to force through more aggression. So if in their position, do you just sit there? But if you just sit there, then you're going to lose to the Vampire Neonates. So it's probably full-on aggression. I get the impression from the fact they've already gone full-on aggression. Am I running all of my draw? I don't think so. I think I left out the anticipates for not being completely essential. Ah, okay. That's pretty nasty. Very nasty. Oh dear, I think we're going to lose. So they're coming in for 7 in the air. I feel like, Piers, I feel like you're making spelling mistakes on each of the crucial words in your sentences. Which is why I'm getting really thrown off by trying to understand what you're saying. I think we're probably toast here. They've got too much flying stuff, I think. And I don't know if there's anything we can really do about it. That mass pump spell was devastating. That really changed the game. So we go up to 6, they hit us for 7, we're just dead. So I guess at this point we swing in with everything and hope that we've done the mass wrong. Yeah, this isn't going to work out terribly well, is it? So I'm trying to figure out if there were any particular mistakes we made that we could learn from. We're nowhere near really killing them, so I don't think we sort of missed any damage that was crucial. Man, those big old flyers, they are a problem. But yeah, maybe we do need to add some draw into the deck, because I feel like while we kind of like did one thing particularly well. Oh no, that ghost form thing. Eesh. Man, this sucks. I really wish we'd drawn our big flyer. That would have been nice. Well, that's going to do it for us. Let's just waste a bit of time. Throw up the GGs. Oh, man. Whew. This is not going so good. Like, we got such a great deck as well. Maybe we okay, I think I'm going to swap out a Sift which is one of our latest draw spells. I think maybe we change it out for an earlier draw spell, because I think maybe that way we don't run into the problem of just not having any particular cards. I mean, admittedly, maybe just having more draw wouldn't be a terrible thing. We could take out our very, very top end creature and put him and just have more draw in place of that. I don't know. What do you guys think? We don't really have a huge amount to deal with stuff in the air, and I don't think we're ever going to. So none of this stuff really affects anything in the air, does it? Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, pronoun game. Piers, don't play the pronoun game. You gotta tell you what you're talking about, otherwise I'll get confused and just be like, what? It's because of the delay on Twitch. No, even if you respond straight away to what I'm talking about, I then don't have a clue what you're talking about. So I think maybe. Well, the thing is, Essence Scatter's so good. Yeah, I think Uncomfortable Chill is probably the one to go as well, because we're basically just using the draw spell. Throw another Anticipate. So there we go, we've got a little bit more card filtering. Because we're basically using the Uncomfortable Chill like an Anticipate anyway. It's nice to have as a combat trick, but I feel like a lot of the time we're not a combat enough focus deck to really make use of it a lot. Okay, this is alright. We've got a very early Psychic Corrosion, we've got an early Vampire Neonate, I like it. I mean, these don't do anything, but whatever. We've at least got a turn 1 and a turn 3 play, and then we've got a very good turn 5. Shazoom! Actually, yeah, our turn 2 play is Vampire Neonate. There we go, sorted. So hopefully our opponent doesn't do anything, because in that case we win. Hurrah! If they do stuff, ooh. Oh no, a 2/2 Vigilance. Oh, actually, I think I'd rather have this. So, the 2/2 Vigilance, pretty good if you can attach some kind of enchantment to it because of its Vigilance, though in this case it's not going to matter. So, at the moment, this is going to bounce off this, and this is going to whack him in the face. So, alright, let's bite. I'm willing to absorb a pump spell, or not. Ah! Okay. So let's start the 2/2 race. So now we've got enough mana for a Lich's Caress, which is going to be nice. Piers is already calling the death of this deck. Oh wait, oh man, God, I didn't notice. I didn't expect them to attack with that, so I just didn't notice it. So okay, well, so we can Vampire Neonate and Anticipate this turn. Ugh. Okay, well at least we got something that's worth killing with a Lich's Caress. Yeah, I think we probably just need to trade off our deck hand, because we're not going to win by punching them to death at this point. We need to probably just outlast them. In this case, it's probably taking out the Death Touch guy. So okay, so Greenwood's going to maybe kill off the Neonate, but you can still use the Neonate's effect even if it's going to get killed by something random. I don't see them using a pump spell. Okay. That goes on the Sentinel, maybe? Yeah, that goes on the Sentinel, 100%. Yep. There we go. This is bad news. And I guess I can anticipate where the axe is going next time. Oh boy. Give us something good. That'll do it. I think the psychic corrosion thing was cute, but we should have. I think it's actually probably. I did have this thought though when I was coming to this, I was like, I wonder if the psychic corrosion is just a bit too much, like because it's like it doesn't actually do anything at all. All right, so let's. All right, we gotta get. So we've got 4 or 5. All right. Yeah. Well, okay, so Greenwood Sentinel. So I guess the axe is going on to the Novice Knight, which means at least we're only getting hit in the face for 4. Or maybe not! Maybe we're just gonna die instead. Oh gosh. Alright, well at least he doesn't have trample anymore, that's something. Ugh. I feel like either I'm gonna... Well, he's definitely not gonna deck out anytime soon. Alright. I'm going to take it because I feel like I'm going to take this damage at some point anyway, and I might as well at least have a creature to use for... Alright, we're playing Survive the Next Turn. So, at least we can kill the Sentinel now, that's something. Whatever happens. Okay. That's literally does nothing, fantastic. Alright. We're actually okay now because they're just gonna put the axe on the knight and then we'll kill it and then we're fine. Alright, so boink. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Piers. You'll have to be a lot more... whoops, we played the wrong mana there. We should have got on neonate. I was too confused trying to figure out what you're talking about, Piers, so I did the wrong thing. Alright, so now we've got stuff. Yes, delicious stuff. So we've got the Strangling Spores. So yeah, we're down to no life at all. Ugh. Alright, well, they've now going to have 2 creatures. Piers, I feel like you're trolling me by just saying stuff that doesn't make any sense, so I'm getting really confused and second guessing everything I'm doing. Ah! Okay. Well, I mean, we've got the win eventually down pretty well. So, okay, this doesn't do too much of anything apart from just be big enough that it can get in the way of something that's going to be wielding an axe. Which is all we really wanted to do. I mean, we could use Strangling Spores on something, but I'd rather just throw out a random creature in the way because I figure they... well, we're going to probably win my deck out, aren't we? So I think I'll just keep back all of my stuff until that happens. Don't kill anything that can't kill you. Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. Hero Gaming Simon, your smiling face. Your smiling face is what keeps me going. Alright, so we don't know what the last thing in their hand is. It could be something weird. They're just equipping their axe around. Honestly, I would do this if I had the mana spare. I mean, they're just literally burning mana for no reason. But, okay. So we can trade off our Skeleton Archer with the Bugle Bugle. Alright. We shall bite. Yes, the Druid of the Horns, if they've got auras, is going to be very good for them. Fortunately, we might... Well, we've got a lot of chump blockers to work with. Hey, and a cancel! Alright, so they've got 9 cards left. We basically just sit here and do nothing. What we can do is... Actually... We're going to Strangling Spores them now, because we don't want them to cast an aura and get a creature. I think if... I don't know if we... Piers, you know, if we cancelled the aura, would it still get the creature? Free creature for being targeted? Alright, let's slurp some life. Slurpy slurpy! Yes, yes! Yeah, these anticipates are coming in pretty nicely, and also they work pretty well with a Psychic Corrosion. Oh wait, no they don't. They don't work with a Psychic Corrosion at all. What am I talking about? Alright, so let's get out our pile of blockers. It's starting to feel like... I think it's the big thing we probably don't want to run into specifically is Trample, because all of our creatures are really rubbish. So if they've got Trample, they'll just murder us. But at the moment, Psychic Corrosion is our win condition, and I'm quite okay with that. The card says, when you cast an aura spell that targets Druid of the Horn. So yeah, I think it does. Just the fact that it works off you casting it at all. Okay. I am quite happy to... I think they've got nothing here. If they're going to use a combat trick to kill our Aviation Pioneer, they haven't. They've just gotten tilted off the planet, and so this is their way of conceding. Excellent! Our deck worked! Oh boy, that was pretty freaking close. When I used to play lots of Magic with Dave Nightingale, the dual decks were really good because you'd always end up with like both people having like 1 life left. I was like, that's incredible balance on the decks. It consistently happens that both of you get very, very close to losing, and then it just comes down to the final play. Okay, yeah. So I was right. They still get the mans. So I think in that case it was right to take him out. I think bringing the Anticipates in was a good idea. Alright, so we're off to the races. 2 wins, 2 losses. Not great for a deck, which I think is pretty good. But hey, we've got Anticipate. We don't really have anything else. But I think we're alright. We've got decent land. We can get something that matters. So I think we're right. We'll keep it. Ideally, we're probably looking for a relatively cheap creature. But not too cheap. You know, we don't... That's not the kind of life we live. We want it to be, you know, a little bit pricey. So, yeah, we're in a pretty okay spot. If nothing else happens, at least we can run a cancel. Alright. Yeah, I want to get the Neonate out. I mean, it's not the best layered play, so we could leave up... Actually, yeah, we can leave up our cancel if need be, and also Anticipate. So we've got 3 things. We can do that. We can do that. Well, that's all that. Yeah, 3 things. So I don't think they're probably likely to have something which we're super concerned about. No, we're not super concerned about at this point. So I think I'm okay with that. So we don't have really a next turn play, so we're going to go grab one from our deck. Hey! Why not? So we don't have any creatures, we don't really have anything to do, so we'll just sit on our cancel for a while then, I guess. Yes, counter a thing or draw the card in the end step is definitely classic control. Remember not to try and deal damage to the aggressive deck over stopping them from dealing damage to you. The Anticipates do seem to be helping the consistency, yes. So we just need another land, and I think we're pretty much off to the races. I mean, we're kind of just sitting on the counter spell at the moment, but I think we're in the area where whatever we counter might actually matter. In this case, yeah, I can live with that. Doink, doink, doink. I have a feeling that they're going to probably... Okay, I thought they might just get frustrated and throw their scholar at us out of spite. Alright, so we've got a dude out. That's fine. And we can also slurp them for a couple of life. Sorted, sorted, sorted. Neonate, neonate. You're our friend and our mate. You are extremely slow. Win condition. Cool. They don't do anything. We don't do anything. Let's call the whole thing off. So they've got something they can play in response. So, alright, we'll just carry on doing this for a while until... So we've got a way to find our 5th or 6th land. They are playing a blue deck and they're leaving a lot of their mana up, which kind of suggests to me that they've got some kind of counter spell or something weird that they want to use. I don't know what it is, or if they've just got a really terrible hand. I'm going to work the assumption they've got a good hand, but they just don't have anything to do with it quite yet. Okay. I do love the anticipate vampire neonate combo with 4 land. That's pretty pure. I think we need to make sure we get that land. Oh god, I feel so bad about. Nah, screw it. We're gonna take the salvage of secrets. We're probably gonna draw land, right? Right. Alright, Vampire Neonate, get slurping! Slap, 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 slap. Oh man, I'm really looking forward to drawing another land and then getting to play Salvager of Secrets. That's not another land. You lied to me, game! Alright, well, that's what we get for not taking the land, I suppose. So our grand tourney of not doing anything and missing land drops continues. What is their deck? What are they doing? Alright. Well, I mean, we haven't exactly accomplished a huge amount. So they've definitely got instants because it's kind of... Okay, phew. Alright, so whatever we do is going to get countered, so let's start getting that out of the way. There we go. So now we're going to basically, yep. Hey Tsunami, welcome. So yeah, I figure their deck is just basically a bunch of counter spells at this point, so we'll be looking to try and throw as much stuff as possible that they might actually want to counter. Okay. Sorted, so they've given them more counter spells. Let's get back. Let's toss our meteor. Do you want to toss our meteor column? Yeah, we're fine. So if we draw a land, and we do, Shazam! Psychic Symbiont! It's a flying 3/3 that's big enough to deal with a Felled Spectre, and it's also big enough to drop down when you don't have any mana open. Suck it down, Dethrone. Suck it down. The fact you've got lots of cards is now your weakness. Alright, so we've got the blockers. We've got everything else which we want. We've got a Dwindle in case we need it. Probably going to toss that because we don't really need it right now. So yeah, Psychic Symbiont. We got to do a thing. And against the blue deck, oh man. Well, good thing we've got... we're both... It's the deck of being jerks to each other. Oh man. That combo, though. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, we're slowly whittling down their hand by having our hand whittled down. So we can at least use our Macabre Waltz to get back our Gravedigger, and probably a Salvager of Secrets so we can get back something else. So, like, this kind of situation, as long as we've got our Macabre Waltz, okay, fine. If that's going to mean that we... In fact, no, that's even better.
You fool! You've played right into my hands!
Thank you for killing our Psyche Symbiont. Guess what's going to happen next, friend? Bish. Bosh. Well, I guess they're digging for a counterspell. Alright. This is a little bit awkward. I wish we had like one more mana to be able to play our Salvager of Secrets, but it's alright. I guess we salvage for our Macabre Waltz, and then we just infinitely loop around until... Oh no! They're going to do the same thing to us! Oh boy! Oh boy! Yep, they've got just enough mana to cast it, because they didn't get... Well, shucks. Back to the drawing board, boys! Alright, well, this game has just been weird as hell. I'm loving it. We're kind of playing against almost the same deck, but just with a much more direct win condition, rather than I feel like we're just playing the make the other person hate their life deck. Doink, 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 doink. Macabre Waltz, thank you very much. And also, why not? Hello, win condition. So if they take our Macabre Waltz out of our hands, or just counter everything we do for the rest of our lives, then we're in a good spot. Alright, are they going to Macabre Waltz that owns Salvager of Secrets back? Screw it. I'm willing to countenance that idea. I'm also willing to absorb one of their combat tricks if they've got one, which they do not. They must have a Macabre Waltz of their own. Alright. I'm not super upset about that. So we're going to get back our infinite loop technique. They're going to get a bunch of random rubbish. So Plague Mare is not going to do... It's not going to be unblockable, which is the important thing. I mean, they got to kill one of our neonates, which is, you know, not ideal, but it was effectively a combat trick for them. Oh, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, so we're just trying to figure out in what circumstance do we get, like, really screwed over. Hey, they've got the same combo we do! Ha 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 ha! Alright, but I feel like our creature quality is a little bit better than theirs. So I think in the long term... I mean, it's a bit of a shame that we're losing out on some of this stuff. Gravedigger is your favourite magic card. I can understand why. Alright. So, do they have a counter spell? Possibly? Screw it, we're going to give it a try. Nope, apparently they do not. Grave, yeah, Piers, I'm a big value player, so value player being someone who just looks to get cards and make efficient trades and whatnot. So I can definitely understand that. So we've got enough stuff to block up everything, so we're in a good spot. I mean, I guess we can just throw out this. I don't know if we've actually got time to throw out a Psychic Corrosion as well. So, oh, there we go. Lich's Caress is going to get him back the kill spell, though they won't actually get to use it this time. Oh wait, no, it's Mind Rot! There we go, our combo is finally broken. Oh well, couldn't last forever, I suppose. Ooh, this is nice. That's a shame. I like that. So we've got the same amount of cards they do, so... Alright, well, Strangling Spores is pretty nice to be able to mess around with their attack. We don't have quite little enough life that we can be successful. Oh my god! What? 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 That is the dumbest thing. The dumbest thing. That's so stupid. Oh, brilliant. Alright. Let's find... Where were you before, Essence Scatter? Well, we did have a good deck, but apparently it's not frickin' Nicole Bola's good. So... oh my god. That's so dumb. Why don't you count as a spell, you big jerk? I mean, he does count as a spell, but... that's a kick in the teeth! Well, sometimes you run into a player when you're 2-2 who has... Yeah, Nick, the couple is definitely... How was that a 2-win deck? That is... Ooh. Alright. Well, now we're really annoyed. This seems like the perfect time to go and... Yes! We got a completely rubbish card as well! Wonderbar! Alright. Now, I'm going to do a draft about me! That's right, me! We've got... Oh man, we just burn all of our stuff. So, alright. I'm going to do a me draft. Ah. Oh, Fletcher Lich, we have Treasure Constructed. I have to give that a try. Alright, so let's pretend we didn't see this and look at the other cards. I think we should get the island. I think we should not get that. I think we should not get that. Crap. Hey! Crap. Decent. So 2 decent flyers, and we're taking this. So a 6/6 flyer for 6 with Flying Vigilance and Champer. Yeah, I mean, it's like... There's some good stuff in this pack, but we're taking this card. So... that lets us get to our creature faster, and it's of the right colours, so that's pretty good. We probably don't want blue because it's not part of our Uber Bomb. So that's not really that useful. So let's just take a look for the other ones. So we've got another bunch of like solid cards, and yeah, I mean it's gonna be Draconic Disciple. This thing's just incredible. I mean, this is nice too, but okay. So we are white, green, and red, almost certainly. So what do we have in white, green, or red? Revitalize keeps us going for a bit longer. Everything else is kind of a bit rubbish. So I feel like it's maybe between the Vanguard is pretty okay. Revitalize, I think just makes our deck smaller. I kind of like it more. It's not a creature, admittedly, but I feel like that's the one to go for. What do we got here? So we've got two of our colours on the land. We've got Marauder's Axe. We've got I like the Green Seeker. That's a nice way of filtering out our deck a bit. So I think we could go for the Tranquil Expanse. I feel like we probably need another creature. Yeah, the Druid is probably going to be the pick here. In fact, it's almost certainly the pick. So this thing's kind of nice, because I think the way you use it is if you use it at the end of your turn. Like, if you want land or don't want land, you can use this in a couple of different ways. So I believe if you don't want land, you use it at the end of your turn, I think. I can't remember which way around it works, but it's very, very good. So what else we got? Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. Okay, thanks for the advice. So Piers is saying that red-green is there to allow for splash. So this looks like the best card in those colours. The Rocks Oracle lets us thin out our deck a bit. The other red-green stuff is pretty terrible. If you need land, you tap it on your turn. If you don't, you tap it on their turn. Okay. Alright, Rocks Oracle is going to be it. So... okay, I did get it the right way around. To be fair, I was kind of guessing. Alright, so we've got Wolfy Friends, which is probably alright. It's something big that we can build up to. Lightning Mare, it's pretty awful. I mean, very, very good against the blue deck, but I think it's pretty terrible otherwise. All of the rest of the stuff is kind of blah. I really don't like taking a 2-colour in something which we haven't got very much of. This is pretty bad, so I think it's going to be Wolfy Wolf. Alright, what else? We got some actual white stuff here. This is the first thing that grabs my eyes, the giant spider. Divination's definitely very good. Yeah, I mean, we do have to think a little bit about our curve. But, I mean, the spider is another thing that's big. We don't have any artifacts to get back with the trusty pack piece, but it is a 2/3. We've got an instant, which is okay. I think it's got to be this one to stop flyers. Yeah, the divination looks nice. Okay, so we've got Recollect, which does fill in the bottom end of our curve a little bit. Potentially lets us get back our stuff. But we've got a Bristling Boar for a bit of aggression. We've got our Awful, Awful Sentinel. Invoke the What's It is main deckable for 1 copy and best of 1. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for them. I think it's got to be between the Bristling Boar and the Recollect. I kind of like Recollect, even though I don't think anyone else does. Yeah, I know you love Dreadmore, but I'm just so bored of it. I'm so bored of Dreadmore. Ugh. Dreadmore is such a jerk. I kind of just want to not take it out of spite, because every deck that Piers builds for me is Dreadmore.deck, because the AI just doesn't want to take it. But I hate it, it's just so boring. Yeah, I mean, I think the Recollect isn't going to do a lot of stuff a lot of the time. But... So you take the ball because of the curve. I think that's probably sensible. So let's take the Recollect! That sure showed you. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. Alright, so that gives us a creature. I mean, I probably don't want to play more than one of these guys, so let's grab another Revitalize to keep us going a little bit longer. We could take a Plummet. We We've got a giant spider, so we're a little less worried about that. And we've also got a giant flying creature. So again, not so worried. But whatever, let's take it anyway. Yes! So we could get a Flappy Bird, or we could get a Tranquil Expanse. I think probably land is good. More land is even better.
Yes, all the land.
And into the Divine. Okay, Artifact Enchantment. Yeah, let's give it a try. Ooh! That doesn't do anything. So that's alright. That's alright as well. None of them are playable for us. Great. Was it playable? Oh, I just kind of glanced past it. Never mind. Hopefully it will not come back to bite us. So there's great stuff in pretty much every other colour. It is removal, yes, for colourless creatures. So we've got lots of stuff in other things. So, oh, Electrify. That's pretty good, actually. Yeah, no, you spot the Electrify as well. So there we go. Removal. We could play Thud. Oh boy, we could sacrifice our Palladium Ores. Yes, yes. But yeah, Electrify. It's red. It does damage. I mean, we'd love to have this other black stuff, but yeah, Electrify is going to be it. Our deck's looking pretty amazing already, actually. What do we got here? Whenever you come up to... Okay. Ugh, well, that looks terrible. Alright, what else we got? We could go a Manolith for a little bit of...
I forget you, monster.
Manolith gives us a little bit more mana acceleration. Everything else in here is kind of blah, isn't it? Boneyard. Nah. I think it's probably going to be the Manolith. Yep, Manolith. There we go. Ooh, I like it. Colossal Majesty. We've got several things that have 4 or more power. We could start taking some red stuff, but I don't like it as much as the Colossal Majesty. Yeah, well, Bristling Boars are going around as well. Screw it. Colossal Majesty deck. Let's do it. Alright, so... Oh, man, that's kind of... That's kind of interesting. I feel like maybe we need to... Okay, we're actually going to throw in a Colossal Dreadmore now, I think, because we can afford to. And I kind of like Take Vengeance. Apparently red-green is a good place for 4 power matters. Alright, well, so we could take a Thornhide Wolves, we could take a Colossal Dreadmore. We've got a couple of things that give us more mana, and we definitely want stuff that's got 4 more. We could take the Guide, but I'm not overly concerned about... I don't know, it is good, and we're starting to build up a decent amount of 3 drops now, so I feel like we could maybe grab something more. Something Dreadmore. Alright, screw it. Yeah, I'm not sure the Guide is going to do that much for us, honestly. Like, I'm trying to think of circumstances where that's going to really matter, especially since these guys have got Trample. Like, and it's not going to be that often. I think the thing that has Death Touch is probably going to be the main thing. Other than that, yeah, whatever. So, let's get a Dreadmore. We'll call him our best friend. We probably don't want 2 Dreadmores. Thud! Thud! Oh man, Thud with a bunch of big creatures, though. It's so bad, it's great. Why isn't this an instant? Why isn't this an instant? I mean, we could just take... I mean, he's got 4 power. I mean, what do you want? I mean, he's cheap, he's relatively big. I think Ogre actually might be alright. Yeah. Let's do it. Ogre, Ogre. Alright. Ooh. 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 Declare Dominance. I mean, I like the general idea there. We've also got some other good cards. The Rocks Oracle is great for our deck. The Timber Gorge is also good. Oh boy. Yeah, the Rocks and the Land, it's a pretty tough choice between the 2 of them. I think given that we've got some pretty good mana fix, we're less worried about getting the dual land. I think Declare Dominance is a little bit of a win more card. Like, it's amazing. Ugh. Declare is a beating, though Declare does look good, but it's actually better. So you say, are you coming down on the declare side of things, Piers? I mean, I guess it's definitely a win button. It's a nice way to be able to clear the field. I suppose it's something which we don't have as of yet, which is just like an actual win condition. I'm thinking, yeah, all right, let's give it a try. Declare dominance. Rog, rog. All right, so I guess we're picking up. We could get a far elemental. I really don't like getting the double red though. We could get a plains. We could get a mighty leap. I mean, get a double cast, so we can cast revitalize twice. That's worth. Yeah. Whatever. Man, we're only on pack 2 and our deck's already looking pretty playable. I don't like the elemental. Yeah, oh, actually, I forgot we could play the heroic reinforcements. Alright, so none of this stuff is really that relevant. I don't... I find it hard to imagine a world in which that's going to be particularly good. Or that, or that, or that. I'm going to get a Stitcher Supplier. Because I can put that in one of my other decks, I think. Hey, look! More revitalizers. Yes, yes! I'm doing it. Okay, we've got an enchantment. We've got a bunch of stuff we don't want. Oh, Tormenting Voice. I quite like that. Let's grab it. Fog card, huh? I like it. More cycling, yes. I mean, I hope there's nothing else I can take. There you go, cheap creature. Okay. Man, this is a tough pack, jeez. So we'd like the Druid of the Cowl to get us our mana. We'd like a Rabbit Bite, that's kind of nice. I'm not sure the Runic Armor Saw. It's very good stats for a 3-drop. And occasionally you might get a card out of it. I suppose it is pretty okay. Like, I really like the Vigilant Bailoff. It sets off our Colossal Majesty. You think Druid of the Cowl? We're not going to get back this stuff, though. And Runic Armor Saw is really good, and it's also a cheap creature. I mean, I know that Druid of the Cowl is very, very good. I have 1 2-drop. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that I've got all this stuff in here. Fine, you big jerk. Fantastic. Yep. Gigantic creature. I mean, why not really? So that's kind of nice. That would be really nice if we didn't have something better to get. That's not going to do anything for us. That's alright. And the rest of the stuff is kind of okay. Gosh. I mean, it's probably got to be this guy. He's just pretty ridiculous. And now we've got 3 different ways of getting more mana. Yeah. And it's going to be old wormy friend. What else we got going on here? So we've got a decent creature. We've got a couple of different creatures actually. Well, that's not going to do anything for us. In fact, none of these are going to do anything for us. So let's ignore them. So we could take another ogre, which is another cheap creature, which is again kind of worthwhile. The Center Courser would be good, but I feel like because we're playing the you probably take the Brute. a 3-2 menace over a 4-2, which would set off our... I mean, maybe I'm getting a little carried away with the Colossal Majesty thing. But I kind of figure that we probably just want our creatures to sit around and get in the way of stuff. And I kind of feel like a bigger attack value is good for all that. But maybe I'm missing something there. I suppose it doesn't... Because this doesn't... What's the count of 4 power creatures? Currently, we have... Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got 6 4-power creatures that can draw us cards. Which is, I think, if memory serves, that's roughly around the amount of cards you need to have to make some sort of synergy work. But, I mean, we could... I know that the... Yeah. Ogre time. Okay, so what have we got here? So we could have an extremely specific removal spell. We could have a... Oh, I can pick up the Brute now. So that doesn't work. That's kind of eh. A lot of this stuff is kind of eh. So it's between a Giant Spider and the Brute. I do agree the Brute is pretty good, though. I think we're... What do you reckon, Piers? Do you reckon it's the Brute here? I don't mean, I'm not going to pre-take... I didn't even realise this card existed. So it's probably not going to be that one. I mean, we've already got a Giant Spider for a little bit of anti-air. So I think probably the Brute. Piers, stop crapping on my dreams. Alright, Brute it is. A second copy of Colossal Majesty. We gotta do it. Gotta do it. Everything else is kind of, well, I guess the only other thing is Ridgeback, but Colossal Majesty. We're doing it. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Gosh, I love this card. It's so good. I mean, it's an overcosted 5-drop, or it's a overcosted 8-drop. But it could be either of those things. I want it. I want it, precious. Alright. I got tacit permission to take it, so I'm taking it. Oh, there's a 2-drop creature. I think we can probably live with that. Just gets the game to last a little bit longer. The Goblin Instigator is not going to really do a huge amount for us. So, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything obvious. This isn't going to help us. This isn't really going to help us either. I don't know, man. I feel like, I mean, the Goblins get blocks to attacks, but the Highland game gets us a little bit of life back, which is... I guess the Instigators are literally there to provide 2 chump blockers, which I suppose is... They trade with anything the dumb elk does. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Oh, Motivator. I feel like that's a decent card for our deck, because we've got some big old things. You're massively overestimating the value of random life gain. Well, you could be right, sir, but I'm the one running this draft. Yeah, I think Motivator's the right choice here, because we can use it to pump up all of our big guys. Right, what else we got? We could take a really terrible thing. Alright, whatever. I mean, theoretically, you could have taken this card, but you got literally nothing that sets it off, so whatever. Flappy Bird. Hey, Naturalize. Titanic Growth. Oh man, it makes a sound effect. Whew. Alright. So let's clear out some of this stuff. I know that Piers is very upset about the idea of running Revitalize because I just think it's funny. Right. So yeah, we can probably cut out all of the Revitalizers and Rustwing Falcons and then just have a splash for white because we've literally got one card that requires it. And we've got a Manolith as well. I've got like 2 enchantments. 2 enchantments. I'm not playing it for 2 enchantments. Right, okay, so we're actually only 5 cards up from where we need to be. So let's see what can we potentially get rid of. Yeah, that's true, Draconic Disciple, fantastic. Also, Ritus of our Colossus. So what can we chuck out here? So I think Fire Elemental I don't like. I feel like I need to just be able to orient the... I know that the Spark Tongue Dragon is very demanding on the red mana. So if we assume that's okay to chuck away, so now we've got to see where we can... What have we got going on? We've actually got a reasonable mix. So I think if we cut out a couple of creatures... Yes, I am going to probably be running any creature that has 4+ power because that's going to be my Colossal Majesty trigger. So I think we can probably afford to get rid of the Greenwood Sentinel just because I hate him. I do like Tormenting Voice. You reckon throw the Fire Elemental back in? Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's okay. So, I mean, we could chuck the Bogart Brute, I guess. Titanic Growth. Yeah, I think Wall of Vines can definitely get chucked. You reckon chuck away the Naturalize? Yeah, I guess... I know you hate Recollect, Piers. I wish I had it in the deck every single time. Every single time I have something in the graveyard, I'm like, screw you, Piers. Screw you. Also, no, I'm not going to actually run this draft this evening because it's quite late. But I'm just going to get through it, so we've got something to use for a future stream. Okay, so... Piers, look at you pretending to know things. Alright, yeah, let's get rid of Naturalize. That's fine. Like, I'm trying to think of the sort of situations where that would come up, where, like, they enchant one of my creatures, but we've got tons of them anyway. So, whatever. So there we go, 40 cards. I think that's pretty decent. We've got a bit of a wonky curve. We go from 3 to whoop. But I think we'll be able to be carried through that. We're going to draw a lot of cards, and I think we're going to be able to throw out a crap ton. Yeah, this is actually genuinely a pretty good deck, I think. Like, we've got 5 different white sources, so we're very comfortable with the Palladium Moors. We've got massive creatures. We've got possibly too much draw. And yeah, I think we're in a very good spot. So, Druid of the Cowl accelerates us. The Dreamseeker also accelerates us. Tormenting Voice. Yeah, we're just going to not run over or any evasive creatures. I think we've got a good spot though, because our Ogre, I feel, trades very nicely with anything that's going to be aggressing on us. Admittedly, the Boggart Brute doesn't... I'm not sure the Boggart Brute does a huge amount for us here. Beyond that, yeah, I see a sort of weak point for us is probably going to be the early turns. I think these guys are going to pull duty of just trying to trade themselves off with anything. I don't know if the Hostile Minotaur's doing that much for us, honestly. That feels like something that could be cut and replaced maybe with something on the higher end of the curve. Like for the Fire Elemental. Because I just don't see this really doing anything. It is good for the curve, but I just feel like a lot of time it's not gonna, like... I mean, it's just gonna get in the way. It's basically just gonna be a creature. Which is, I suppose, okay. But... You cut it for Sentinel? You're out of control, Piers. You're out of control. What's with you and Sentinel, huh? What have you got going on? I don't know, man. A 2-2 for 2, just, you know. What's with you and Bears, huh? Bears! Yeah, let's get rid of the Hostile Minotaur. I don't think it's going to do anything. I mean, okay, so I'm assuming that you're wanting to have the Sentinel in there just as literally a body to get in the way of their 3-2s or something similar. It's so bad, though. It's so bad. Yeah. Let's get in the Fire Elemental. So we've got a wonky deck that goes, whoop! But hopefully, if we draw basically any of our mana fixing, then that's all sorted. Alright, so our turn 4 is hopefully going to just not exist. Actually, no, we can get away with this. So I think our turn 4 is hopefully going to just be skipped. And we'll go straight onto turn 5 by having a Manalith out or a Draconic Disciple. That's the hope. Yeah, so we've got 3 different ways to skip our turn 4. Oh yeah, well there you go, Piers, we're saying the same thing as each other. And then we can just start pumping down the Colossal Majesties. I think we're in a good spot. We're doing a ramp deck, but it's not the same kind of ramp deck which I usually get with Piers, which is just almost nearly always just like pure green, which a lot of the time is quite playable. I think we could have drafted pure green. Okay, I think we're in a pretty good spot. So I'm not going to go through and do this now, but I think that's a very nice deck. What we're going to call it, we can give it a name. We're going to call it I'm My Own Man Piers! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. There we go. That sure showed you, Piers. Look, look! Well, thank you guys for dropping by. We'll be, what will we be doing? I think we might do some streaming tomorrow. What date is it? Oh, it's the 1st of April. Oh, it's April Fool's. Welcome, congratulations. I don't know what you say. That sure did show you, Piers. It sure did show you. Yeah, so I'm going to be out tomorrow evening, but I might try and get some more streaming in across the week. There's lots of different stuff which I want to get going. There's on Wednesday afternoon, I should really start getting an actual schedule going. There's going to be the Champion Design Workshop with Exodus, assuming that he's okay to make it. I actually got some art in from someone who designed a champion on Reddit. They had beautiful art, and we're going to have that on stream, so we don't have to do our own really terrible drawings. And then from there, we're going to design that champion and make it into a real thing. So they've made this art for the champion. They've given them abilities, but they don't actually know what they do. So that's going to be pretty cool. That's going to be like mid-afternoon on Wednesday. And I'll probably try and fit in random streams around the rest of the time. Anyway, cheers Piers for dropping by and for helping out with that. We'll run this deck, I guess, relatively soon. Like maybe on Tuesday. See how it goes. Alright guys, thanks for dropping by, and we'll see you again next week, which is now.